Yeah, thanks, Aparna. Yeah, thanks so much. Good morning, everyone. Yeah, it's a Sunday, but it's just a workshop here. So let us start our session for today. Let me introduce myself. I'm Mr. Shakil here. I have experience of around 12 years, 12 plus years. I have experience on Windows servers, Linux server. I have experience on CCNA, CCNP, and I have done CCIE. I have done VMware, and right now I am into like cloud in AWS. Okay, so this is my experience. I have been working in IT for last 12 years, 2008, I guess. So it is around 13 years now. So I have expertise on all these things: Windows servers, Linux, Cisco, VMware, and cloud computing. Okay, so let us see what we can do. Most of us are freshers here. Most of you are freshers here. I know many people are planning to go for like cloud computing or VMware, or many people are planning to go for like Linux administration or ethical hacking. There are many options available for us. But normally people do a simple mistake here. They start learning cloud computing or VMware or Linux administration directly. You know, if you go with like cloud computing directly, you will face a lot of difficulties. The reason is cloud computing is not the basic course. Cloud computing is an advanced course. So for basics of cloud, we have to go with MCSE and CCNA. In a way, if I say MCSE and CCNA are basics, maybe I'm incorrect here. I'm wrong here actually. MCSE and CCNA are the oldest IT courses available, like oldest networking courses. These two courses are designed in late 1990s actually. That is around 22 years before these two courses are designed. So if you want to start your career in networking, this is a place from where you can begin your career. This is a place from where you can start your career. Without learning MCSE and CCNA, if you are planning to go for like cloud computing or ethical hacking or Linux or whatever, you will feel a lot of difficulty there. For example, imagine like say in cloud, like say AWS, suppose you have like 30 classes. Out of 30 classes, I can say like around 15 to 18 classes will be connected with MCSE and CCNA. Come again, I'm saying in AWS, for example, there are 30 classes. Out of 30 classes, 15 to 18 classes will be on the knowledge of MCSE and CCNA. For example, there is a concept called IP address. IP addressing is one of the most important concept in networking. And where you are learning this IP addressing concept, you are learning IP addressing concept in CCNA. It will take 4 classes in CCNA to learn IP addressing. Now, once you move into cloud or VMware or any higher technology, okay, just a second, Apurna. Yeah, thanks for reminding me. Thank you. Okay, so what we are saying here, we are saying like, okay, if you want to go for like cloud computing like AWS or Azure or whatever cloud computing or whatever higher technologies, I'm saying like you should begin from MCSE and CCNA. And what is the reason for starting from MCSE and CCNA? The reason is whatever we are learning in MCSE and CCNA, all the concepts will be again used in like VMware, cloud, and all the other higher technologies. Like we said, there is a concept of IP addressing. Now, if you go to cloud, let us see what is a cloud generally. Cloud means you are making a server over the internet. Means suppose there is a company like Amazon. These people have huge data center. So your company server will be created on Amazon data center. So you should know what is a machine. You should know what is a virtual machine. You should know what is the operating system. You should know what is a server machine and all those things. Those things you are learning in MCSE. And the second thing is you should know what is the IP address. You should know what is a router. You should know what is a switch. You should know how the internet is working. You should know how the internet connectivity is there. And all these things you are learning in CCNA. Okay. So the bottom line here is, whatever you do in your IT, whatever you do in your networking career, you should always begins from MCSE and CCNA. I have seen many people, they started learning cloud computing directly. They came to me many times and they say like they are facing a lot of difficulty in learning cloud computing. Of course, they will feel difficulty, they will face difficulty learning cloud computing or any higher technology without the knowledge of MCSE and CCNA. And I have seen many people who have done MCSE and CCNA, the basic courses are the initial courses. And once they went to the cloud computing, they are more comfortable there. Or once they go for like higher studies, professional courses and expert level courses, they will be more comfortable there. Okay, so you cannot start your career without learning MCSE and CCNA. Done. Now let us see what is there in MCSE and what is there in CCNA. Why these courses are there for last 20-25 years. Why these courses are so important for all the IT people. Okay, can you see the diagram there? There is a local area network there. Local area network means it is a company's network. Okay, we have some server here, there are some routers and switches here, there are some computers, there are some printers and all those things, and we can see some internet connection here. Now go to any company where there is a computer network. Every computer network has certain devices, like for example, computer network has computers in the sense desktop and laptop, everything. And we have servers, we have routers, we have switches, we have cables. We cannot see a company network, we cannot see a computer network actually without these components. Whether the size of the company is like, okay, fine, someone is saying access point here, Aparna is saying access point, yeah, of course. We have like firewall, we have like printer, we have some more devices, but what I'm saying here is these are some of the most basic devices we need in every computer network. Maybe the size of your computer network is like 25 computers, or maybe the size of your computer network is like 25,000 computers. It doesn't matter, it is a small company or maybe it is a MNC, multinational company, huge company. In all these companies we have these components. Okay, so when you go for this MCSE, we are learning about how to manage a computer, how to manage a server. The major part in MCSE will be like there is something called a server. There is a device called server in every company. Like see, every day we access internet. That means every day we access some server actually. Like when you go with like Facebook, we access Facebook every day. We access Google. Okay, what else we access? Some people may access Instagram. Some may access Twitter. Some may access Yahoo. Okay, some may access some news channel. Okay, so whatever we access over the internet, we are connected to their server. So once we say www.facebook.com, we are connected to Facebook server. Once we say google.com, we are connected to Google server. Once we say Twitter or yahoo.com, we are connected to Twitter or Yahoo server. There is no internet without server. Whatever we do over the internet, everything is connected to some server. So Google server is maintained by Google people, Facebook server is maintained by Facebook people, Instagram server is maintained by Instagram people. Like suppose if you upload a photo on Facebook, we know this photo is not there in our device. The photo will be uploaded on Facebook server. Now if you access your Facebook account from some other device, like some other machine, then you can still access your photo, right? Because your photo is not uploaded in your local machine. The photo is uploaded on your Facebook server. The photo is uploaded in Facebook server. Okay, so whatever we do, we have to connect to server. Now let us take an example of any company. Like suppose you are working in Hyderabad in a company like SBI Bank. Let's go with the banking sector. So State Bank of India, or let's go with any other example. But if you go with like SBI, you know, we have our accounts there, we have like money, we have transactions and all those things. So where all these things are recorded, these things are recorded in a server. And who is managing this server? A person who has knowledge of MCSE, a person who has done MCSE. This person responsibility is managing SBI server. Or let's go to one more example, like, the general example we use every day is like Apollo pharmacies or Apollo hospitals. Now in Apollo, there is a website of Apollo. We can say www.apollo.com. So once you say apollo.com, we can see Apollo information like doctors and their schedule and all those things. So where is this information available? It is available in Apollo website, and this Apollo website is available on Apollo server. So there is someone in Apollo's company, Apollo's hospital, who is managing the server. And who is this person? This person is someone who has done MCSE. This person has the knowledge of MCSE. Okay, so this is what we do in MCSE. We manage, we configure servers. Okay, now there are many types of servers available. For example, there can be a server like email server. There is a server like web server. There is a server like DNS server. There is a server like DHCP server, ADDS server, file server, backup server. There are many types of servers available. What we are learning in MCSE is we are learning these servers. Out of all the servers, DNS, DHCP and ADDS is the most important server for any company. Maybe there are some companies where there is no email server. When you talk about email server, we know like we are using yahoomail.com, gmail.com, rediff.com, hotmail.com, these servers, right? So these email servers are public email servers. Anyone can use. You can use, I can use, XYZ, any person can use. But what companies will do here is they will maintain their own email server. For security reasons, they will maintain their own email server in their company. They may not go with the public mail server. Public mail servers, like I said, to Yahoo, Gmail, all those things. But they go with the private email server. Private email server will be there within their premises, within their company. Okay, so that is one server. There is something called web server. Like we said, google.com. What is google.com? Google.com is a web server. Twitter.com, yahoo.com. If I go to browser and if I say www.yahoo.com, what will happen? I will be connected to Yahoo's web server. So like this, there are many servers available, but every person should know what is DNS server, what is DHCP server, what is ADDS server. Again, whatever you do in future, whatever higher courses you do, professional courses you do, like VMware, cloud computing, or whatever you do, you should know what is a DNS server, you should know what is a DHCP server, you should know what is a ADDS server. 70 to 75% cases, 70 to 75% we are spending time on DNS, DHCP and ADDS in our MCS. These are the three most important server you have in computer networks. Of course, there is a file server, of course there is a backup server, and we have many more servers like WDS server, print server, fax server. We have many more servers, but what I'm saying here is these are the three most important servers we have. It will take nearly like 16 to 17 classes in MCSE for us to cover these three servers: DNS, DHCP and ADDS. Okay, now let us just go back and revise a bit. What we said here is MCSE and CCNA are the two courses that every person should do, every person should learn. Okay, if you want to get a job in networking, if you want to start your career in networking, these are the two courses we should know, and we should be good in these two courses. Now, after finishing these two courses, we know what we can do. We can go with like Linux, we can go with like CCNP, CCI, we can go with like VMware, cloud computing, ethical hacking, database, or whatever. Okay. Now, let us say like we have finished MCSE in CCNA. For example, let us imagine we have finished MCSE in CCNA. Once you do MCSE in CCNA, are you eligible to get a job in a company? Now the answer is, once you finish your MCSE in CCNA, you're eligible to get a job in each and every company on the face of the earth where there is a computer network. Imagine if there are 10,000 companies in Hyderabad. Of course, there are more than 10,000, but just example, 10,000 companies in Hyderabad. And the size of the companies can vary. It can be like 10 computers, it can be like 1,000 computers. So whatever the size may be. If there are 10,000 companies in Hyderabad, in each and every company, they need a person with MCSE knowledge and they need a person with CCNA knowledge. All these 10,000 companies cannot survive without MCSE person and CCNA person. Maybe in every company Linux people are not needed. Maybe in every company, cloud people are not needed. Maybe in every company, CCI people are not needed. But again, I am repeating, in each and every company, this MCSE and CCNA people are needed. Okay. Now, so what we said here, we said in MCSE, what we do in MCSE, we manage our servers, right? And we have taken some examples of servers here. Okay. Now, for example, imagine a company has a website, and that website will not be same every day, right? The website will change according to company's information, according to company's marketing things. The website will change. So who should manage that website? There is a person in a company who is managing this web server, and that person again has done this MCSE course. Okay. Okay, just take 30 seconds. If you have any questions or any doubts till now, I'll just wait for like 30 seconds, then we will see the questions, or else we can move. Take your time, please. Okay, no questions. Okay, let us move. Okay, there is a question from Babita. Yeah, in the end, will you go please through the course content? Yeah, of course, we will see. After the MC, there is a question from Mohammed. After MCSE, will be able to pass MC Microsoft certification? Okay, good question again, that we will see. Okay, coming to the course content. See, the course content is available with the institute. The Durga Soft will share you the course content. But you know, maybe there are like many institutes offering MCSE in Amirpet in Hyderabad. 95% cases, the course content will be same. Like, you know, what we do in this course content is we start from our basics. Okay, like what is network, types of networks, how to make connections, how to do installation, what is the server, what is the operating system. This will take like, you know, 3 to 4 classes. So once we finish our basics, we will go with like some model, work group, and domain. Okay, so we will see like how to set up a computer network, how to manage a computer network. There are two ways of managing a computer network. One is a work group model, one is a domain model. So this we will see. Now, once you finish your domain, work group and domain model, we will enter into one service called ADDS. It is called Active Directory Domain Services. This will take around 12 classes. Like 40 to 50% of your course is about Active Directory Domain Services. It will take 12 to 13 classes. Okay, then we have many other servers like DNS server, DHCP server, we have backup server, child domain controllers, file server, web server, WDS server. Okay, so we have some more servers there. So like this, we'll continue our course. So if you want to go through the course content, it's better you can just send a message to the Durga Soft people. They will go through, they will send you the message, they will send you the course content. There everything is written in more details. But let us just revise what is there. So what I said you, we'll start from the basics and we will enter into this work group and the domain structure. Then we will enter into the servers like ADDS, DNS, DHCP, backup, file server, web server, child domain, tree, and we have many more topics. Okay, let us finish our MCSE and CCNA workshop, then we can go through this course content in more detail, hopefully. Okay, now the second question was, can we go with MCSE exam after writing this, after finishing this course? You know, every course has some online examinations. Like for MCSE, there are like 3 or maybe 5 exams, and for CCNA there is one exam? Okay, this is a very good question, Mohammed, but I'll do one thing. I'll just finish my MCSE and CCNA details and I'll come to this examination. Examination, we have to see, we have to discuss how to go to examination, way to go to examination and all those things. But before we go to examination, before we discuss anything about examination, let us just finish what is MCSE and CCNA, then we can go there. Okay, I'll remember this MCSE and CCNA exam. Okay, the question here is, will you cover all in details or some overview? Okay. Now, this course is designed for 35 days. Okay. And in this 35 days, we have like certain topics to complete. Actually, the course is only for 30 days, but we can go up to like 35 days. And in case if you need some more practicals, in case if you need some more topics, and we can go up to like 35 to like 38 days. So there is no limit here, but the course is designed for 35 days. And this course has some content like Babita was asking about the content here. So there is a course content. So whatever is there in that course content, we will discuss everything. Okay. So whatever is there in the course content, it will be discussed. Yes. It will not be like overview. Overview is today actually. Overview is only for today. Once we start our course, we should go like, okay, there are 3 stages of learning, especially here. One is you should know what is server. Like I said, there are many servers like DNS server, DHCP server, ADDS server, file server, main server. There are many servers. So you should know what is this server. Second thing is you should know how to install server. Third one is you should know how to configure server. And the fourth one is how to troubleshoot server. Now these are the 4 stages of learning. So if the question was, are we going to learn the basics or the overview, or are we going to learn in more details? Now this is your answer. This is not basic. This is like in depth of most of the things, like what is a server, how to install a server, how to configure a server, and how to troubleshoot a server. This is what you do in companies every day. Maybe in companies server is already installed, but what we do, we configure server and we troubleshoot server. So again, this is not an overview. This will be discussed in more details. Okay. Okay, now let's move. So I hope you got some idea about MCSE, what we are learning in MCSE. We said we are learning about this servers. Okay. Now let me take some examples. Let us see some examples like what we do on servers and all those things. For example, there is something called MS Office. Every computer has MS Office for sure. MS Office is an application here, right? Now, for example, imagine there are like 500 computers in a company. Okay. So in 500 computers, you should install MS Office. Now, to install MS Office on one computer, it will take like around 10 minutes. Now we can do mathematics here. If you want to do the installation on 500 computers, 500 multiplied by 10, it will take some days easily, right? So what we do by using a server, instead of installing MS Office on every machine individually, instead of going to machine number 1, machine number 2, machine number 3, machine number 4, instead of reaching each and every machine individually, what we can do here is by using a server, we can install MS Office on all 500 computers within like 10 minutes. That's the difference. If there is no server available, can we install MS Office on 500 computers? Yes, we can install MS Office on 500 computers, but it may take like 2 days or 3 days. But if there is a server in a company, by using server, what we can do, we can still install MS Office in 500 computers within 10 minutes. Now just see how much time we are saving here. Let's take one more example here. We know there is something called USB drive, USB port. Every machine, whether it is laptop or a desktop or whatever machine, there is a USB port available there. Now what we have to do in companies is, suppose again if there are 500 computers, we should disable USB ports. At least for 98% people, the USB port should be disabled. 98% people in company should not access USB port, because if they access USB port, they can connect something on USB port and they can copy data. So it is something like a stealing or maybe like hacking. Okay, so for 98% people, the USB port should be disabled. So what we do here is, we can go to each computer and we can disable USB port. Again, imagine each computer will take like suppose 15 minutes. So 500 computers, again we can do max here 500 multiplied by 15. Again it can take like around 3 days for us to disable USB port on each and every computer. But we have a server in a company. So what server will do? Within 5 minutes, listen carefully guys, yeah, within 5 minutes we can disable USB on all 500 computers. Just see the importance of server in a company. Whatever you do individually, that we can do from a server. Like I said, MS Office can be installed on a local machine. It will take 10 minutes. USB port can be disabled on a local machine. It can take like 15 minutes. But if there are hundreds of machines, then the time will increase. So what we do by using server? By using a server, we can do the same work within some minutes. These are the two easy examples we can take to understand what is a server. And coming to the course, we will see in coming classes how to install the application and how to disable USB port using server. It will take like half an hour for us to learn how to do these things. So this concept actually is called group policy, and this group policy will take like 2 classes. It is called policy. Okay, so by using server, actually what we do, we implement policies, we implement security, we implement sharing, we create users, we create groups. Okay, and we create departments, we manage users, and we manage groups and all those things. So this is what we have to learn in our MCSA, that is Windows Server Administration. These are some of the things. So I'm writing only 6 things here, but it will take around 8 to 9 classes for us to complete these things, like what is security, what is policy, what is user, what is group, and all those things. Okay, so again, just take 30 seconds please. If you have any doubts, hopefully we can see this, and let's move into CCNA now. Let us see what is there in CCNA. Okay, the question from Mohammed is, do we need to make any kind of cable? See, cables we will discuss, Mohammed. Yes, you should know how to make a cable. Okay, so that is the only one practical that we cannot see actually. But beside this, all the other practicals, I'll show you. All the practicals that we do on servers, we will see. And for practicals, we have a software called VMware Workstation. I'll share this software with you. And we should have Windows Server 2016 OS. That OS also I'll share with you, or I'll show you how to download that OS. So if you have a computer with like 8 GB RAM, if anyone is having a computer with 8 GB RAM, that is more than enough for you to do all MCSE practicals. So practicals, how to do practicals, way to do practicals, what softwares are needed for practical, all will be provided from my side. As well as I'll provide you the book, the practical steps. So in case if you have any doubt, if you stuck anywhere, you can refer the book and you can go through that book and you can do all the practicals. The only condition, as I said you, is you need 8 GB RAM machine. Okay, thanks Mohammed. Any other question from anyone? Okay, so the bottom line here is about MCSE. MCSE is a course that is designed for server administration. Okay, what is server administration? Server administration means, okay, let us go to this diagram. Server administration means we can see this big machine, it is a server. So by using this server, we can manage and we can control all these computers, all these users. So there is no company where there is no server. And normally people feel like one server is enough in a company. No, I'll just write a note here, just see carefully. One server is not at all needed in a one server is not at all sufficient in a company. Minimum we have like 10 to 12 servers. I know some companies there they have like 1500 servers also. So a company cannot work, a business cannot work, a computer network cannot work without a servers. So one server, no way it is sufficient. We should have 10 to 12 servers, or it can be some hundreds of servers if the company is a big company. Okay, so the easy way of remembering server is, server means serve. It will serve the people. Okay, now let us move into CCNA. Let us see what is it in CCNA. And coming to your questions, like remember, I remember two questions, like can we go for like MCSE and CCNA exam? That was one question. And the second question was the course content. So I'll go through those two questions once we finish. What is CCNA here? Okay, so CCNA. CCNA stands for Cisco Certified Network Associate. This CCNA syllabus, this CCNA course is designed by a company called Cisco. You know, there are many companies, most of the companies, you know, like, you know, Amazon, you know, Microsoft, you know, Google, all these companies, they provide you some courses. So CCNA is the course that is designed and offered by a company called Cisco. Cisco is one of the biggest company that manufactures networking devices. You know, this internet and all those things, most of the devices over the internet are of Cisco company. It is one of the biggest company in networking. Okay, so these people, they designed this course CCNA, and the CCNA course contains majorly three parts actually. One part is your IP addressing, second part is your router, and third part is your switch. IP addressing will take 4 classes. Actually, normally people will finish IP addressing in like 1 or 2 classes. But see, IP address is the backbone of every computer network. IP address is the backbone of your networking career. Like I said, if you want to go for like cloud computing in future, if you want to go for VMware or security or whatever higher courses, you should be good in this IP addressing. So I'm saying 4 classes here. But in case for some reason, if you're not comfortable in this 4 class also, we can go with 5th class also. So there is no issue. But what I'll make sure here is, once we finish our IP addressing topic here, you should be comfortable in this IP addressing. You will not see a computer network without the concept of IP addressing. It is one of the most important concept. And where you are learning this IP addressing concept, you are learning in CCNA. Okay, now then we have this router. We should know what is a router, types of routers, how to configure a router, what is an inside router, what are the commands we use in a router, how to troubleshoot router, how to make communication between Mehdipatnam office and Amirpet office, how to make communication between Amirpet office and Kukatpalli office, or how to make communication between Hyderabad and Chennai, Chennai and Bangalore, or how to make a communication between India and Australia, Australia and Dubai, Dubai and Brazil. How to make communication between all these branches? By using this router. So again, we cannot see a company anywhere without a router. Maybe I can say like, okay, suppose there is a company and that company has no branches. It is in only in one place. We know there are some hundreds and thousands of companies within Hyderabad that has branch only in one location. They don't have any other branch. But in that company also we have to use a router. Reason is router is it will make communication between two or more networks. That is the primary work of a router. But beside this, we can use router for sharing internet. We can use router as a firewall. So this all we have to see. Not only how to make communication between two or more networks, we should know how to share internet through router, and we should know how to make a router work as a firewall. Okay. So this is router we learn in CCNA. It will take around like 12 to 13 classes. So what we are learning here, what is a router, types of routers, how to configure a router, how to troubleshoot a router, okay, how to make communication between branches, how to share internet, how to make a router work as a firewall. This will take around 12 to 13 classes. Now, for example, imagine we have finished our 12, 13 classes. We have done with the router configuration. You know everything about router, whatever is there for CCNA, you know everything. Now, you know how much time it will take for you to configure router. See, to learn about a router, you are spending 12, 13 classes. That is too much, right? That is more than 2 weeks. But once you finish your 12, 13 classes, you know it should not take more than 15 minutes for you. Come again, it should not take more than 15 minutes for you to configure a router. Suppose imagine you are working in a company, and let's go with same SBI, State Bank of India, and suppose you are working in Amirpet branch. And just imagine how many branches we have in Hyderabad, like approximately maybe like 150 to 200 branches maybe, or 150 to 170 branches maybe. And you are working in Amirpet branch. So in Amirpet branch, there is a router. And what you should do by using this Amirpet router, you should make communication from Amirpet to all the other branches within Hyderabad or within India maybe. Maybe imagine there are like 6,000 SBI branches all over India, all over the nation. So you are working in one of the branch that is in Amirpet. So what is your responsibility? By using router, you should make communication between two or more networks. So how much time it will take to learn? It will take like 12 to 13 classes. But what I'm saying here is how much time it will take for you to configure the router. It will take only 15 minutes. This will be so simple. Okay. Once you finish your configuration, Amirpet is able to communicate with all the 6,000 branches. Finish. Your work is over. Now, once you go to cloud computing again, once you go to VMware again, the concept of router will come. Suppose you're in this networking field for next 2, 3, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 years, for example. You're working in networking for next 25 years. For next 25 years, the router concept will be there. For next 25 years, the switch concept will be there. For next 25 years, the server concept will be there. These concepts will not go anywhere. Okay, so we are learning about router in CCNA. So what is the first major part? The first major part in CCNA is IP addressing. In IP addressing, we have like IP addressing, subnetting, VLSM, and many more things. Those things we will see. Then we will enter into this router concept. Now, once we finish our router concept, there is a device called switch. Again, just go to any computer network. The size of the computer network can be like 10 computers, or the size of the computer network can be like 10,000 computers. Every computer network has a device called switch. Okay, and this switch will take around 4 to 5 classes. It will take around 4 to 5 classes. Okay, so after completing switch, we have some more topics to see in CCNA only. So those topics we will see. But overall, if you're planning to learn CCNA, as I said, you must learn CCNA to make a career in networking. Whatever you choose in future, you should learn CCNA. So there are three major parts in CCNA. One is IP addressing, second one is the router, and the third one is the switch. Okay. Now just take 30 more seconds, please. If you have any questions or any doubts, then we can see here. Okay, the question is there any other thing in CCN or just these three things? No, I'm saying the overview. See, if I go with this IP addressing, within IP addressing, there are like 11 to 12 topics. I'm showing you the overview. If you go with like router, within router, like you have around 15 topics. If I go with like switch, within switch, we have like 7 to 8 topics. And beside this, we have something called NAT, we have something called ACL, we have something called OSI reference model, we have something called password recovery, we have something called backup. All these things are written in your syllabus actually. So don't feel like, okay, we are learning only 3 topics. No, within every topics, we have many more subtopics. Okay, so how about class timings? We are planning to start class actually, Babita, at 8 a.m. Sorry, 8 a.m. from Monday. It will be for 1 hour every day. It may go for like 1 hour 5 minutes or 1 hour 10 minutes. 8 a.m. Minimum 5 days in a week. 6th day, that is Saturday, it will be a class. Saturday will be a class or some revision or some lab. Yeah, a test means it is something like a revision or some lab. See, one of the thing I do here is, like for example, you're learning a topic called ACL. It is called access control list. Okay, so when we learn ACL, the learning process will be what is ACL, how to configure ACL. It will be very easy to learn this. Means it will be very easy for me to present actually what is ACL and how to configure ACL. Then interview questions from ACL. This is one of the things that I will address whenever we see any topic. Interview questions. See, without facing interviews, we are not going to get a job. We know that for sure, right? We have to face interviews. Okay. Now, if you're facing an interview somewhere in Hyderabad, the questions from ACL will be same. If you're facing an interview somewhere in Dubai or somewhere in America, somewhere in Australia, somewhere in Bangalore, anywhere, any company, the questions from this access control list will be same. If I say like, okay, these are the 10 questions from ACL. So go anywhere, these are the questions you face. Okay, so normally Saturdays what we do, Saturdays we take some interview sessions, or Saturday we take some revision, or Saturday we take some topic. So overall we are working for like 6 days a week. That is Monday to Saturday. Sundays hopefully we can take off, and in case in emergency, if you need something, maybe we can plan something for Sunday, but normally Sundays will be off. But do remember this interview questions. So whenever I finish a topic, whether it is from MCSE or from CCNA, I'll be taking MCSE and CCNA both the courses. So once you finish a topic from MCSE or CCNA, we have to see some interview question. The topic may be very small or the topic may be very big. We have to see the interview questions first. So we have to prepare ourselves in this 35 days. We have to prepare ourselves for interview. We have to prepare ourselves for examination. We have to prepare ourselves for job. These are the three things we have to do: interview, examination, and job. Okay, anything else? Any other question here? Okay, so let us move. So let us just revise a bit. MCSE is all about servers, computers, users, groups, departments, security, policy, sharing, etc. This is all about MCSE servers, and by using servers we can do all this, we can manage all this. Okay, now CCNA is all about IP address, router, switch. But again, don't get confused here. I'm not writing these subtopics here. Subtopics are already written in the syllabus. So you can see the syllabus. You can ask the syllabus to the management. They will share the syllabus with you. So all these things are written clearly in the syllabus, like what we are learning. But what I said you, IP addressing will take like 4 to 5 classes. Router will take like 12 to 13 classes. Switch will take like 4 to 5 classes. And for the other topics, it will take another 3 to 4 classes. So overall, it will take 35 days for this. So CCN is all about IP address, router, and switch. Okay. So each course will take 35 days. 35 days is the duration. But again, in case if you need couple of more days for revision, couple of more days for interview questions or whatever, this is not like a training. This is like, a group discussion or a session and all those things. My responsibility here will be to prepare you for exam. Again, we'll go through the exam, what is exam and all those things, to prepare you for the exam, to prepare you for the interview, to prepare you for the job. This is my responsibility here. Okay, so exam, interview, and job. Now I'll ask a simple question. There are 4 phases of our career actually. One is learning, then exam, then interview, then job. Can you take your time and can you answer me please? Out of these 4 stages of our career, which stage you think is more difficult? Learning, exam, interview, or job? It's a simple basic question. So just try to answer this please. Okay, I'm getting some answers here. Learning and interview. Okay, I'll ask a question. Like if I say 5 plus 5, how much? It's a funny question, right? We know the answer, it is 10. This is your interview. Interview will be, they will ask you something from MCSE, something from CCNA. So if you know something, if you know what they are asking, you can easily answer this, right? So interviews are no way difficult. Like I said, I'll be preparing you for interviews. Before we finish MCSE and CCNA, we will see around 150 interview questions. And I can challenge you, go to any company, anywhere, any country, any company. The interview questions will be from these interview questions, what we are discussing here. So interviews will not be difficult. No way it is difficult. Okay. Now coming to exam. Okay, Mohammed is saying, but fresher is very difficult. You know, if you go to a second standard kid, like 6 years of age, 7 years of age, if you ask him 5 plus 5, how much? He can answer 10. See, okay, I'll just go a bit deep here. Like suppose there is a topic called DNS. There is a huge topic called DNS. It is called domain naming system. It is one of the most important server. On this DNS, I can select 10 interview questions. So these 10 interview questions are for freshers and for 2 years of experienced person. You'll see only these 10 interview questions. But for example, if you are having like 5 years of 5 years of experience, if you are having 5 years of experience also, the interview questions will be from DNS, but now the interview questions will be difficult. Now let's go here, the same example. I said 5 plus 5, the answer is 10. Now we are freshers, so for freshers the interview questions will be like this. But suppose I'm saying like I have like 10 years of experience. If I'm having 10 years of experience, do they ask me these questions? No, they will ask a difficult question. But can I answer that question? Of course I can answer that question because I already have 10 years of experience, right? Now, one general example, you know, A for Apple, you know this very well. Yeah. But suppose today, like most of your graduates, masters or bachelors or whatever, if you say like with A only Apple comes, is it correct now? Of course, no. You know, with A there are many more words there, right? But when we started learning in our primary school or maybe in our kindergarten, if you say like A for apple, that is a correct answer. But now if you say with A only apple comes, then it is 1000% incorrect answer, right? There are many. Just see the dictionary. We have many words with A. So as a fresher, your interview will be something like this. Okay, I'll come to that question, Mohammed. Freshers not getting job easily. I'll come to that question. But before we go there is a topic called DNS. As I said you, on this DNS, there are certain levels of questions. Some questions are for freshers. Some questions are for like experienced people. So when you go as a fresher and when you apply the job as a fresher, maybe like 2 years of experienced person, your questions will be very basic and very easy. I'll repeat again, if you apply for a job as a fresher or like maybe like 2 years of experienced person, your questions, your interview questions will be very basic and very easy. Whatever interview questions we discuss here, the questions, 90% questions I can see will be from our interview questions that we discuss here. So just remove this thought like, okay, interview will be difficult, interview we have to face, and no, interviews will not be difficult. If I ask you what is the capital of India, you know the capital of India is Delhi. Is it difficult to answer? No, because you know this, right? So before you go for interview, you are learning. Okay, so S, here the most difficult part is, like Aparna said here, the most difficult part here is learning. So whatever technology you are learning, it will be more difficult. More difficult in the sense you are learning for the first time. For example, you know, most of you know maybe like how to ride a bike or maybe how to ride a bicycle. Remember when you started learning how to ride a bicycle, was it easy for us? No, we have fallen down many times, right? Maybe someone has broken the knees also, who knows? But now can you ride can you ride a bicycle or a bike? You can ride it easily, right? Because you know how to do it. So forget about interviews, or normally like 90% people feel like, oh, interviews will be very difficult and all those things. I always say to all the people in last 10 years, I'm repeating again and again, interviews will not be difficult. Interviews will be easy, whether it is a fresher or whether it's an experienced person. Okay. Now, exam, will it be difficult? No, exam will not be difficult. Why exam is not difficult? I'll come there within 5 minutes. But like I said to you, the most difficult part is learning. Job is also very easy because you know how to do it. Is it difficult for me to make a tea? Is it difficult for you to make a tea? No, because you know how to make a tea, I know how to make a tea. So this is your job. In companies, if you know how to configure a router, you can configure a router. In companies, if you know how to configure a switch, you can configure a switch. Jobs will not be difficult. Jobs will be very easy. And in case if you feel some difficulty in jobs, there is always a way. You know, no person in any company can survive without taking help from Google or YouTube. Most of the things you can troubleshoot by yourself, but in case if you have some difficulty in troubleshooting, just go to Google and ask a question. You'll get an answer there. So jobs will not be difficult, interviews will not be difficult, examination will not be difficult. Now let us see why examination is not difficult. Now suppose you're going for CCNA online exam. You know, Cisco will conduct CCNA online exams. This CCNA online exam is one. There is one exam, and this exam fees is $200. Okay. Now there will be like 45 to 60 in 45 to 60, sorry, exam questions. Okay, 45 to 60 examination questions, and you know, 90 to 95% cases, the examination questions will be multiple choice questions. We know these multiple choice questions, and we know we feel very comfortable in multiple choice questions, right? One question, four options, five options, six options. We need to simply select which option is the correct option, which answer is the correct answer. This is your multiple choice questions. Okay. Now exams will be more easier. Let us see why exams are more easier. Now, suppose if I say like, okay, these are the 200 questions and answers. Come again, I am saying these are the 200 questions and answers. Go home and prepare these 200 questions and answers. So once you prepare these 200 questions and answers, and if you go to examination, how many questions will come? 45 to 60 questions will come. So all these 45 to 60 questions will come from these 200 questions actually. So what we have to do here is, whenever you write any online examination for any technology, we have to take something called dumps. There is a website called examcollection.com. Go to this website. On this website, we can have MCSE, CCNA, Java, Linux, whatever exams you're writing. All the dumps will be available. The technical terminology here is called dumps. So take these dumps. How many questions will be there in this dump? 200 questions and answers. It can be 250, it can be 175, it can vary. But on average, there will be 200 questions with answers. So what you should do, you should prepare 200 questions and answers. So once you prepare 200 questions and answers, go to examination. How many questions will come in exam? 45 to 60, and all these 45 to 60 questions will come from this 200 questions. That's it. So exam is also not difficult. Now exam is not difficult, interview is not difficult, and job is not difficult. So the most difficult part here is learning. Normally people say the most difficult part is learning, but if you learn in a proper way, if you learn in an organized way, if you learn in a systematical way, learning is also not difficult. 80 to 90% cases, concepts are very simple and very easy. There are certain concepts in MCSE and CCNA that will take some time to understand. So on those concepts, we will spend more time. Like I said, you IP addressing will take like normally 2 classes, but we are going with 4 classes because we should know more about IP addressing. So if there is a topic which is a bit difficult, instead of 1 class, we'll go with 2 classes. Instead of 2 classes, we'll go with like 3 classes. So we can make learning also very easy. Okay, so overall these are the 3 very easy things we have to do, but in learning we have to spend a bit extra time. We have to make some extra efforts here. So if you do all those things what I'm saying here, then learning will be fun, learning will be easy. So these are the 4 stages of our career, and we are starting with our first stage, that is our learning process. And do you understand what I said about dumps, examination questions and answers? You should go to some websites, examcollection.com, or we have some more exams like some more websites like passforsure.com. Go to these websites, take the latest dump. They will charge you for dumps, so take the latest dumps, prepare all the questions, 200, 300, whatever questions we have, and go to the exam. And all these questions, 40 to 45 to 60 questions, will come from these dumps only. You can easily pass your exam. Okay, the question here is freshers not getting job easily. Okay, man, I'll just answer you this in a simple way. If you say freshers are not getting job easily, the answer here is fresher can work in 15,000. Experienced person will work in like 35,000. Okay, so if a company needs 10 administrator, can they take all 10 administrator? Can they pay this much salary? Of course, no. So what company will do? Company will take like 3 experienced person or 3 to 4 experienced person. They can pay like 35,000 to them, and the remaining 6 will be like freshers or with 2 years of experience, and they can pay around like 15 to 18,000. So if you feel like freshers are not getting job easily, again the answer is big no. A company needs both the people. See, there are certain levels of work in company, L1, L2, L3. There are certain works that freshers will do, and there are certain works that experienced people will do. Again, when we start learning, in the learning process, I will explain you what is your work as a fresher and what is your work as an experienced person. You know, you may feel like funny thing to hear that, but yeah, in companies, your work will be very simple and very easy. Fresher have some work, experienced people have some work. Fresher means he is less than like 2 years of experience. Experienced person means like 3 years or more. So a company cannot pay this much money, this much salary to each and every. I'm just giving an example here, 15,000 and 35,000. So a company cannot pay this much salary to each and every person. So they need many freshers or junior administrators, and they need some senior administrators. To just remove one thing from your brain forever, that is, it is difficult to get a job for freshers. No, it is not like that. Second one is interviews will be difficult. No, interviews are not difficult. Third one is jobs are very difficult. No, you know what is the only difficult thing in job? The only difficult thing in job is maintaining timetable. Like suppose your job is from morning 8 a.m. Daily going to company at 8 a.m. is the only challenging thing you have actually. It's not easy to go at the same time every day to one place, right? That is the only challenging thing. But working in a company will be very easy if you know what you're working, if you learn what you're working there. So again, learning is the most difficult phase of your career, and that difficult phase you'll be spending with me. So if you can spend some extra time with me every time means every week, then hopefully learning is nothing. Learning will be very simple and easy. We will try to make it learning very simple and easy. Okay, so hopefully I've covered everything here. Like the questions were like examination, and the questions was like freshers can get a job or not. And coming to the last question, the syllabus course content, you should please contact the, or maybe I've received a mail, I guess they have sent the course content. Where is that course content? They have sent a mail to me, so hopefully they have sent an email to you also. Okay, I'm not able to find it here. I've just sent the email to, I've just sent the course content to them actually. So kindly go through this course content, and if you need some extra topics, if you need some extra help, I'll be available every time. No need to worry. The course is for like 35 days. 35 days is like the time duration, but like I said you, if you want to take some extra topics, if you want to take some extra classes for revision and for interviews and all those things, we'll see all those things. No need to worry about learning. Learning is my responsibility. Whatever is there in the course content, you will learn everything in easy and simple way. Okay, and coming to interview, as I said you, I'll prepare you for interview. Okay, and examination, I cannot prepare you for examination, because you know what we have to do, we have to simply take dumps. Just take dumps and go for examination. It's not a rocket science, it's very simple. Okay, and job, while we are learning, we will see what is job and all those things. Now over to you. Takes time, 30 seconds or more. And if you have any questions or doubts, then we can address hopefully. Okay, so I guess there are no questions. Thanks, Aparna. And how much is the fees? Yeah, very sorry for this, but you should contact the management for the fees and all those things. I think the fees is 6,000 for each. Okay. Okay. There is a question, not really, which AWS certification do you have? Okay. I'll just show you what certifications I have. Like I have MCSE certification, I have CCNA, CCNP, CCIE. And coming to this AWS, I am taking AWS Architect. Okay. But coming to certifications, I have not written any certification till now from AWS Aparna, but I have done this many certifications. But I'll be planning to go with this AWS Architect certification. See, once you start in a company, certifications are not so important. Whenever you need a certification, you can go for the certification. But for freshers, you need certain certifications like CCNA. So that CCNA certification you should have. But right now, I don't have any online certification for AWS. I only take the AWS Architect course. And again, if you see a person with many certificates, you should not feel like, oh, has more knowledge and all those things. Remember what I told you? Dumps. If you're writing AWS Architect certificate, also you have dumps. 200, 250 questions will be there. Take 200, 250 questions, go and write the examination. You'll get all the questions from these 200, 250 questions. So writing examination is not a rocket science. Writing examination is a very, very easy thing. Understanding the concept is the most important thing. I don't have any AWS certificate as of now. Okay, so you already have MCAC and CCNA. Means you have like MCAC and CCNA course or MCAC and CCNA certificates. Okay, you're preparing for AWS Solutions Architect. Great. If you're preparing for Solutions Architect, you started very well actually. You should start from MCS and CCNA. So hopefully things will be more easier for you. Okay, you already have certificates. Fine. You have done certificates but through dumps. You prepared dumps and you went for certificates. And regular classes will start this Monday. Yes, hopefully regular classes will start this Monday. You'll get a call, Mohammed, by evening from the management. So, okay, you did courses and dumps. Yeah, fine. Normally, I know some people who have not done any course. They have taken only dumps and they went for examination because, dumps means you should only memorize the question and the answer. So that's not the way, but I know some people, they have done like this also. I have seen some people, but if you have done course and the examination, that is fine. Now you're more than ready for this, AWS. And one suggestion to you, Aparna, is if you have Linux knowledge, that's good for you. If not, then try to get Linux first, then go for AWS, and hopefully things will be more and more easier for you. Linux admin. Yeah, fine. You have basic knowledge and still learning more. That's great. And when you start learning AWS, you can see with the other people, the people who are not having knowledge of MCS and CCNA, they feel a lot of difficulty in learning, in understanding AWS concepts actually. Okay, fine. Anything else? Any other questions? Any other doubts? And as I said, you for class timings, syllabus and fees, please contact the management. They may help you. They will help you for sure. The starting 2-3 classes will be like the fundamentals of networks. So then we can enter into the servers and all those things. Okay, so if there is no other question, hopefully we can stop this for today. And the regular classes will commence from tomorrow. So hopefully we are planning to have two classes actually, one at 8 o'clock, 8 a.m. and after like 3-4 days at 9 a.m. we'll be having like CCNA class, or hopefully like next week we'll be having CCNA class. So two classes in a day will be there, 8 a.m. and 9 a.m. So if someone is interested in learning two courses in a single day, they can finish two courses within like 40 days. But if you're planning to go for like MCSE separate and CCNA separate, then it will take like around 70 days to finish MCSE, then go for CCN. So the timings and the fees and the syllabus, hopefully everything will be shared with you from the management itself. And for any other questions regarding subject, learning, interview questions, jobs, work, what we do in company as an employee, as an administrator, or how the exams will be conducted, for all the other things, you can come to me. For this syllabus and fees, please go and please make a call to the management. They will help you. Okay, it was Sunday actually. Thanks for joining. Sunday is not the day to learn anything or to do anything, but still thanks for joining. And if there are no questions, I'll just wait for like 2 more minutes. If there are no questions, hopefully we can stop the day. Stop for today. Yeah, thanks Aparna, thanks Babita, thanks Mohammed. Okay, so good luck. Have a nice day. Thanks everybody. Thanks for joining. Have a nice day.